Hey there, guys, gals, and my non-binary pals. How's it going? Raybird here, bringing you a new video. This week's topic is something that I kind of needed to vent about a little bit. When you're wandering around in a public place, do you look at people and wonder, hey, I wonder if that person's got a dick or a vagina? I'm going to hope the answer here is a resounding no. So why is it when you find out somebody's trans, their genital situation becomes your business? And why is that the qualifier for a person being a man or woman? And don't say science, because science has actually already proven that a trans person's brain is closer to the gender that they identify as than the gender that they were assigned at birth. And if you try to bring chromosomes into the situation, there's so many chromosomal oddities that doesn't even register on a good reason. The real problem here is that you don't understand, and you don't want to understand. I'm not harming anybody by being me. And fuck, you are by discriminating against people. An argument I've heard against trans people using the restroom that they're comfortable with is if you got a dick, you use the men's room. If you got a vagina, you use the women's room. But like I've said before, I tend to get very strange looks when I use the restroom because hello. And now I know it's not my job to convince everybody of my identity, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Like I said before, this is purely for venting purposes. I'm genuinely tired of people trying to police my body and my identity. I've also heard this great excuse that letting trans people use the bathroom of the gender that they identify as is special rights. But it's not. Because cis people use the bathroom of the gender that they present as. The difference here is that trans people's gender that they present as and the gender that they were assigned at birth are two different genders, and for cis people that's not the case. But what the fuck does that actually matter? Just let us piss in peace. And this is the type of shit that I hear at work. Take this very specific example. One of my friends is male to female transgender. She works at the same company I do. One of my coworkers said this to me one day. Hey, I saw that friend of yours. She's trying to be a girl or whatever, right? So I responded back, no, she's not trying to be a girl. She is. She's a girl. So then he dropped this great nugget of wisdom on me. Well, does she have a dick? If she has a dick, she's a dude. And then he went on this spiel of ignorance. Eventually, I had to stop him. I basically said that I wasn't going to have this argument with him again because 1, he knows my views on the issue. 2, he actually knows I'm trans. But 3, he continues to come at me with these discussions. And then he calls me sensitive when I get upset. But the thing of the matter is, being trans isn't something I'm sensitive about. I've made jokes where essentially the punchline is, LOL, I'm trans. I've laughed at jokes that were made at my expense where the punchline, again, was essentially that I was trans. I'm not sensitive about it. However, I am entirely tired of people invalidating my identity. I am a man, regardless of people's usually incredibly misplaced opinions on my identity and my genitals. Keep your opinion to yourself. I have lost all patience for ignorance and intentional instigation.